Hello friend and welcome back. Today we are talking about a product I have been so excited to review for over 6 months. So let's just get down to it. Klur is one of my favorite brands. I'm such a stan for them. Klur Powers of 10 multi-dimensional repair, eye and line support. I got to test a lab sample of it and it came just like this a million years ago. Well, it feels like that. I think it was like December, January, thereabouts. And I didn't know anything else about it other than this was an eye serum. And the first time I put it on, it was game changing. It is so soft around the eyes, so hydrating, so comforting, and instantly luminous without any mica or reflective elements to it, other than it has a lot of really good seed oils in it that enhance the reflectivity of skin. So it just helps by super hydrating everything so that you get this luminosity to this troublesome area. So here's what we got. It is a little eyedropper and it spreads very thin. So I'll show you. It is, the best description I have for it is a milky feather light oil. It's some kind of an emulsion, and like I said, has lots of good seed oils in it that are very nourishing, antioxidant packed. It's a classic Klur formula. So they have all of these wonderful botanicals, they have select synthetic actives, just wonderful, thoughtful ingredients, and it's taken them quite some time, the founder, quite some time to create this, which rightfully so. So I was so very excited to try it as a lab sample. There's our couple minutes out. It has unremarkable scent. It smells like plant oils. Nothing real exciting there. It's not a luxurious scent. It is an unscented, wonderful botanical scent, which I'm over the moon about, especially around the delicate eye area. I'm amazed at how many modern formulas come with fragrance, even for eye-related products. So wonderful texture. My skin just drinks it in. It really does just take 1 or maybe 2 drops in a pinch to spread all the way around my orbital rim, even up on top of my brows. I didn't realize this when I was testing it as a lab sample, but they intend for it to be used as line support. So around the mouth, these little feathered lines helps prevent those, as well as forehead or anywhere that you have lines that you're trying to address. I don't know that I would use it that way, with some caveats, but definitely around the eye. Amazing product for around the eye. My biggest shout out, like very personal, but biggest shout out for this product is it never gave me milia. Still hasn't. I've been using it consistently for a couple months since it came out. I think it's been a couple months, as well as the entire time I was using it as a lab sample, never got milia. And that's a big concern that I have with eye products, is the ones that are luxurious and beautifully formulated and moisturizing, they tend to give me milia, which is really just clogged pore. You can get into it a little deeper than that, but it tends to be with heavier products, more emollient, really rich, decadent products that feel nice around the eye, just clog up these little pores. I'm not a huge fan of eye products. Generally, I treat my under eyes the same as the rest of my face because the rest of my face has the same concerns, with one exception, as my under eyes. The only difference is the dark circles. Mine are more related to blood flow, like leaky capillaries, so that kind of purplish bluish that never really goes away. I have treated it a little bit with PRP injections over the years with moderate success. This, however, it just brings that beautiful luminosity to the eye so that it camouflages that without having to put a tint on, without having to put concealer on. And when I was finishing my lab sample, and I was very depressed about that, begging them for more of it, and they had no ETA, so I had to go months and months without this. Even just in that tiny little lab sample, I noticed a distinct difference to my under eye area. That purpleness was lessened. Both, it wasn't coming out quite as far, it kind of limited right mid-pupillary to my nose, and it was just less intense. So It was helping repair that. There are a lot of good reasons for that. We're going to go through some of the ingredients, but really every single ingredient in this formula deserves a nice talk through and a full backstory, but we don't have that kind of time. Base formula, it's got some water, some aloe vera leaf juice, which is great. We know that's going to be calming. It also just makes for a nice formula to start with that kind of a base. It's already set for soothing and hydrating, which what skin concern isn't? What can't we help with soothing and hydrating as a start, you know? It does have castor seed oil in it, which is, I think, where we get that just beautiful feather light oil texture, that it just beautiful slip all the way around the eye with a very small amount, which helps because then you aren't using so much of it. If it's something that really does soak in instantly and it's a total water base, I think you wind up using too much of that, and so you can have too much actives. But this, I feel like, is self-limiting, so that you're just using the perfect amount for that area, so you're not going to overwhelm it, but you're still going to get a lot of good ingredients in there. Anyways, so lots of seed oils, castor seed oil, grapeseed oil, avocado, safflower seed oil, sunflower seed oil, cranberry seed oil, carrot seed oil, green tea seed oil, and one of my personal favorites that we just talked about a couple videos ago, tamanu seed oil. So we know that's going to help with hyperpigmentation, which is, I think, wonderful addition for around the eye. If it is melanin related pigmentation, darkness around the eye, that will certainly help along with all the others. But tamanu seed oil is just such a game changer and used in so few products. I had to call it out. On top of that, we got argireline, Botox in a bottle. So going to help to limit some of that superficial movement. So helps with fine lines rather immediately. It is a temporary effect, but still, hey, it's great stuff. And then Matrixyl 3000, wonderful peptide blend, classic peptide blend that's going to help build collagen and limit inflammation, which is great. It's got a bunch of amino acids that are going to help with repair work as well as just hydration around the area. It's got retinol in it. They don't disclose the amount. This seems to be a very, very gentle amount of retinol because I haven't even sort of felt any problems with it. I have also some days used it twice a day. It is meant to just be at night, but I've used it twice a day, several days, and it's just as lovely. My eyes don't feel dried out. They don't feel irritated. They don't feel anything but great, and they look great too. So a little bit of retinol in there. Just be careful if you're sensitive to it and start slowly, but this seems to be a really well buffered formula, so I don't expect any massive irritation for just about any skin type. And then last but not least, caprylyl salicylic acid. It is an ester of salicylic acid, so a derivative of it that's going to be more gentle. It's not used in a whole lot of products, and it's actually not a spectacular anti-acne type of formula. That's what we think of salicylic acid, right? It's going to roto-rooter out those pores, get the gunk out, help it smooth its transition. But in this case, it is a bigger molecule, so it only goes about halfway deep into the pore, and it's very slow acting. So you're going to get a very gradual effect on top of all of these other wonderful, nourishing, calming ingredients. I think that's an awesome move. I don't know whether it was for like penetration enhancement or just to help with really gentle exfoliation, because according to the things that I've read, thank you, Inky Decoder, it acts more like an alpha hydroxy acid on the surface than it does like a salicylic acid, but it is oil soluble. So it's gentle, anti-inflammatory, gives you some very mild, very gentle exfoliation, and can still help kind of clear out those pores a little bit. So I think that's just a wonderful choice for around the eye area, because we don't think of exfoliation around the eye area because it's so delicate. But still, even with the retinol and this very gentle salicylic acid, I've noticed no irritation, and I've used it daily, nightly for a couple months, and I used it similarly when I was doing the lab sample. So I hope it works as well for you as it has for me. This is a wonderful product. This is a beautiful recyclable bottle. It is opaque, so that not only does it look beautiful, but it will help keep the ingredients stable away from light degradation. It is person of color owned, women owned, esthetician owned. She's a great person. Great company. They have a lot of heart. you see that in everything they do. So happy to support them. It is also cruelty-free, vegan, and uses a phenoxyethanol base or preservative system. So we like that too, nice and gentle. So there's all the footnotes of the product. This is a 15 milliliter bottle or 0.5 fluid ounces, and it is $120. So this is a splurge, but I would say this acts like you get enough bang for your buck that this acts like a full fluid ounce or 30 milliliters. It just spreads so thin. It's so concentrated. It's so lovely, but it is a pricier product. So if that fits into your budget for long term, I would 100% recommend it. It has earned a place on my shelf. If you watched my other eye care videos, this was what I was hinting at, that there's one out there that I'm just waiting for it to come out. It's the one that just blows every other eye product away because it helps with lines, true lines and deeper wrinkles, discoloration, hydration. It's comforting, nourishing. It gives that luminosity. It lets you feel bright-eyed and bushy-tailed even if you got no sleep. So that is the review I have been waiting to give you all. I hope that those of you who are looking for a great eye product give this a try because it's a great brand and a great product, and that's what I got. Thank you so much for joining me. This was a fun review to do. I was so excited to do it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, feedback about products, things I should do, I'm still working on the lighting situation, so forgive me for that. But other than that, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see you next time. Be well, my friend.